Shirongo shetoveni ho, ehore toveni ndi. Shua vanga mautire kukahanja. Makudo kewera karukwandi pothali no mutu mokoto. Ketundura hiya keyao kekundera shambi. Komitomire komaswiro kwa kandi wetumba urobanda uligo witenda. Oh, shetoveni. Shua iko shimbingwe. Makudo konjo mukandi wakazali koronongo jatungwa no bitenja kayo miti koru kongombo saona omundo nongo nonjo nongo ngwitunga alireshiwa ikomaruru kondo ndieto neno mbaba ulipe huli uruma mutenja hina bamumbe kai kondo wa mutumba no ashibiroko obakandu bo mama erero ndi heri ndino imbo inayo mama mo bitambi omubashiro aberiro unyosa nyosa kwa makara unyosa na nyama no umbanyu mehiro mundo muni shetoveni ye shetoveni ye woshi warongo woshi wono miti makudo kongombe akambirongo njonja endere putate omuhona wakaoko shetoveni ye alire shitfa ikoshakatisha na ngombe makudo korushanja rwetunda unene ndukosa uliongo unetwa ngoma waliongo ya mairi ya katondwa yali no muhomuro wago tate kalubire omashirwa arambero mbengu.
Yes. Our guest of honor is here with the entourage. So let's remain standing as per the agreement earlier. She's there. Before we sit, if we can just remain standing for the singing of the national and AU anthems.
Our freedom.
Before I start, I would just like to establish today's protocol. Honorable Sankwasa James Sankwasa, the Minister of Urban and Rural Development, Honorable Betwel Shavionja, the representative of the Regional Governor of Otjozondjupa, also serving as a Member of Parliament, and the Regional Councillor responsible for Okanja constituency, the Mayor of Otavi Town, Honorable Isaac Hoy, Honorable Councillors present. Let me recognize the Chairperson of the Management Committee, Honorable Erisia Negumbo. I see Honorable Timosh Pandeni, Member of Management Committee, Honorable Martha Naris, Honorable Loide Shongo. I saw earlier Honorable Dausab. Honorable Dausab. He's short, sometimes I don't see him. Yes. Mr. John Rose, the country manager of B2 Gold Namibia, and your team, Ignatius and the team that helped us to set up this venue, Mr. Abraham Adriano, the representative of the acting regional officer, serving as a deputy director at the regional council. Let me recognize Colonel Shimi, the commander of the engineering regiment in Otavi. Let me recognize the Swapo Party district coordinator. She's right there. She needs to stand. Martha Shipanga. And all other political party leaders present. Our pastor, Pastor Hausemap, our engineers, consulting engineers from Omkumo Consulting Engineers, our contractors, these guys that did this facility here, from Valomex Civils. Who did? Oh, Charlie, welcome. He's from Senored. We have invited them. He's the guys that assisted us to connect the electricity. Yes, members of the media, our invited guests, especially our invited guests, the beneficiaries of the Build Together, the Build Together Committee, staff members of the Otavi Town Council, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. I did not hear you. Our children, good morning. We are in Otavi, we are not in Okanja. Honorable Shavionja will discuss the Okanja issues. He will, I'm sure he will touch on that, these Okanja issues. Today it's in Okanja, tomorrow it may come to Otavi. Yes, we are gathered here today, this auspicious occasion, to mark yet another milestone. I am not going to discuss that milestone. The speakers will tell us why we are here today. But before we get into the business of the day, let me take this opportunity to welcome Pastor Hausemap to open our gathering here today with a prayer. Pastor Hausemap.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Are you okay? Give me a smile. Thank you. I was asked to give a prayer, but I would like to share 2 scriptures with you. We know that the battles we are involved in, for us, that is part of the spiritual world. Ephesians 6 verse 12. And then I will secondly read Matthew 18 verse 18 to 20, just quickly. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." We know the battle I am part of, and all the other pastors are part of. But the good thing is that God has given us His word and His promise. And I know that He stands behind it. And what is especially going to be happening here is that if we agree, Matthew 18 verse 18 to 19, 20 says that, "Verily I say unto you, whatsoever you shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever you shall loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven." Verse 19 says, "Again I say unto you, that if 2 of you shall agree on earth as touching anything that they shall ask, it shall be done for them of my Father which is in heaven." Verse 20 says, "For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there I am in the midst of them." So I take this groundbreaking event very seriously, because I know God is involved. God that safeguard those that put up these structures. Anything could have happened. Anything could have happened with the lives of people that are involved. But I thank God that could safeguard you. I also thank God, Honorable Minister, that brought you safely here. And we will keep on praying for you, because we still need you all in the battle to develop our beloved country. Let us pray. Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, I call upon your name, because I know your ear is not hard to hear, and your mighty hand is not shortened to help. We know your name is a strong tower in which the righteous take refuge. Father, we call upon your name. There are projects that became stagnated because of the influence of the dark world of this world. Father, I command the angels with swords of fire to guard around the projects, those that are involved also, my Father, because I know you are our helper. You are our provider. Father, give us the wisdom. Give us the courage, Lord. I understood that this is the first phase. Father, let this project be completed and be a success in the name of Jesus. Amen and amen.
If people could clap for prayer, I would have asked the audience to clap. I would have asked. I would have also added the verse. Yeah. I don't know the verse, but I know it's somewhere in the Psalm, I think 118. that says, today is the day. I don't know the verse. I know the chapter. Today, and I see many people posting it. Today is the day that the Lord has made. And He will do what? I see there are so many Christians here. Shall rejoice in it. Okay. Thank you very much, Pastor Hausemap. For those that do not have the program on your chairs, we are done with the 2 items. The singing of the anthems, the prayer. Of course, there will be welcoming remarks, so we all feel welcome. That will be done by the mayor of Otavi town. We will have remarks from B2 Gold Namibia, the key financiers to this project. Of course, I told you earlier, Honorable Otjozondjupa will come and tell us something, a little bit about our guest of honor. Then our guest of honor will have an opportunity also to say something. After that, we will have now the official handover of this facility. And after the facility has been handed over, the chairperson of management committee will do the vote of thanks. After the vote of thanks, we will go back to singing of the anthems, and then we will tour the sites. We have several sites that we want to tour with the minister. One of them is this one. One of them is the reason why our beneficiaries of Build Together are here. It's just adjacent to this site. Then we will go to another site in New Cairo, where we are constructing services, water and sewer reticulation, 307 urban. We will not go to the traffic lights because I know everybody has driven at those traffic lights. First of their kind in Otavi. Somebody told me if your town doesn't have traffic lights, you are maybe running a village council. Somebody told me. But I know it's not true. I see now Maruru have copied us, Karibib has copied us. I know Omuthia don't have traffic lights. Yeah, they don't have. Nipa, they don't have. Usakos don't have. Oranyemun. So it's a form of development. So there we will just do, the guys of Senoret told us that we still need to condition the minds of the people by the flickering. Since our people are not so used to traffic lights, we need to do it for another 3 weeks. And then we will have it now officially green, orange, and red. So without further ado, Honorable Isaac Hoeb, our mayor, let me take this opportunity to give you an opportunity for you to welcome us.
Masters of Ceremony, Master Watibo Haulofu, Chief Executive Officer of the Progressive Otavi Town Council. I wanted you to when I said Progressive Otavi Town Council, I wanted you to at least relate or do something to support it. Yeah, Honorable James Sankwasa, Minister of Urban Rural Development. Honorable Yon Kamuseb, Governor of the mighty Otjozondjupa, represented by Honorable Bethuel Chaveonja, the Okahanja Constituency Councillor, Honorable George Garab Otavi Constituency Councillor, Her Worship Freedom Vula, the Deputy Mayor of Otavi Town Council, Honorable Erisa Negumbo, Chairperson of the Otavi Town Council, Honorable Member of Management Committee of Otavi Town Council, Honorable Timothy Shibanteni, and Honorable Shongo, Honorable Downsab, fellow members of council, fellow counter leaders of the economic triangle. We have also invited the mayors of Chumep and Grootfontein. They are not here. Comrade Marda Shibanga, the Swabo District Coordinator. It's good that you are here to witness the implementation of SMEP. Dr. Balalmin Sifute, the Executive Director of the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development and the delegation. Master Shikongo Aluento, the Acting Regional Officer for Otjozondjupa Regional Council, represented by Master Abram Adriano, the Deputy Director of Planning. Is Master Adriano here? Oh, okay, thank you. John Ruos, the Country Manager of B2 Gold Otjikoto Mine Delegation. I like that smile, John, because that smile tells a lot. Today we are smiling, but in the beginning, there were no smiles. As we know, the journey that we have traveled to reach where we are today. There were days of confrontation and fights and saying that B2 Gold is doing more in Otjiwarongo and less in Otavi. You should do more. And yeah, Master, the team, Otavi Town Council team, Master Wodibo Olofu and his team, Colonel Shimi, the commander of the engineer regiment, salute you. Chief Inspector Jambi, the station commander of the Otavi Police Station. Did I see the station commander? Okay, the consulting engineer, Master Melaku Astaraki of Umkumo Consulting Engineering. The contractor, Master Timo Hadikulipi of Valomex Civil, CC. Other men and women in uniform, the Decentralized Build Together Committee beneficiaries, esteemed guests, invited guests, and Otavians present media. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the beautiful progressive town of Otavi. Before we go into the celebratory mood, let me also sympathize with the tragical events that has happened in Okahanja. We want to also show solidarity that injury to one is an injury to all. It is with profound sorrow that I address you today in the light of the brutal killing of 3 young girls in the town of Okahanja. This tragic event has shaken our nation to its core and has left us grappling with feelings of grief, anger, and disbelief. In these trying times, it is crucial that we come together as a community and as a nation. We must not allow fear to dictate our actions or define our neighborhoods. Instead, let us strengthen our safety nets and work collaboratively to ensure that our children and families are protected from such heinous acts. We stand with Okahanja, Honorable Councillor, we stand with Okahanja in mourning the loss of these innocent lives. Let us honor their memory by committing to a future where our community is safe and secure, where we talk about Ubuntu, where we talk about it takes a village to raise a child. Let's go back and let us leave this individualism. Let the children that are in the street be everybody's child. Let us all raise and let us all protect our children together. Let us honor their memory by committing to a future where our community is safe and secure. Together we can build a stronger and a more resilient Namibia and Otavi. We will call in due course as Otavians a meeting where we will sit around a fire and strengthen our community safety nets to ensure that such tragedies do not happen in our community. So all of us as Otavians, we will call a meeting where we will gather and we will discuss how we can strengthen our safety nets so we protect our community and our young ones, that such act does not happen in this beautiful town of Otavi. Coming back to why we are here, Director of Ceremonies, it is with great pride and heartfelt appreciation that I stand before you today to welcome you to this significant event. The official handover and commissioning ceremony of several critical infrastructure projects that are central to the transformation of our town. Today, we celebrate the tangible fruits of collaboration, commitment, and developmental vision. Projects that speaks to the core of human dignity. Access to clean water, decent housing, functional infrastructure, and inclusive urban development. As we have all seen, our president have made promises to this nation, and the president have put those promises into the election manifesto. And these promises did not only come as promises. There is also what we call the SWAPO Party Manifesto Implementation Plan. And the president have also then appointed capable Namibians to implement this manifesto. And one of them is our minister in our presence today. And this morning he told us that they did not hit the ground running, but they hit the air and the ground flying because they have to implement their manifesto. And in it speaks about decent living. The key social priority area number 7 speaks about decent living. And the projects that we are commissioning today speaks to the SWAPO Party Manifesto Implementation Plan. Allow me to briefly highlight what we are celebrating today. The handover of the Otavi Bulk Water Infrastructure Project Phase 1, where we are standing right now. Our second president, with all his humor, if I talk about humor, you know who am I talking about. And Hailulu is here. He said, sometimes if you cannot see what people are doing, then you must feel. So we are standing here at something that even if you don't want to see, you can come and feel. This project, funded by the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development, at the tune of 2.5 million. In partnership with B2 Gold Namibia, 5 million. Total value of 7.5 million is implemented with the support of Valomex Civil, CC, and Omkumo Consulting Engineers. Phase 1 included the construction of a new bulk water pipeline, the rehabilitation and connection of a borehole, the construction of an elevated water tower that you can see them, and the preparation of the Otavi water master plan. We also need the Otavi water master plan so that when we leave office by the end of November, there is a master plan. We want to make it easy for others who will come in so that they can follow and say there is a master plan of how we can address the water infrastructure issues in Otavi. This development increases the town's water supply capacity by 25 cubic per hour, a major leap forward in addressing our water security, reducing operational costs, and enabling the council to provide water at a reduced rate to vulnerable residents. Can I get the umake on that one? It also supports our ongoing efforts to address the town's outstanding bulk water debt, currently standing at $71,606,031.23. We are owing. Yes, I am not Zuma. Okay. Number 2, we are commissioning. It's commissioning of the construction of 30 built-together houses. Comrade Minister, this build-together program, for us to stand where we are standing here today, it's a program that at some point, some years ago, got dormant. And we have, it has taken us how many years, Master CEO, to bring it where it is today now? From 21 up to now, almost 4 years. 2 years. 2 years. It was dormant for 20 years, yes. Dormant, this Build Together program was dormant for 20 years. And it took us 2 years to deliver the 30 houses. At some point, those culprits, they are there, they are sitting. I have received numerous calls. Mayor, I'm getting old now. When am I going to stay in my house? Those calls. And we have said, the bureaucratic processes, we have institutions, we have systems, and we have processes that can sometimes delay. But now, we are here to commission the construction of these 30 built-together houses. This marks the fulfillment of a promise made to our people over the 2 decades ago, a story of a resilience, hope, and perseverance. Honorable Minister, I'm proud to announce the official commencement of the construction of 30 built-together houses. This project, valued at an estimated amount of $2,996,352.23, and funded by the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development. Your ministry funded this project. It represents more than shelter. It symbolizes dignity, stability, and renewed trust in our government and council's ability to deliver. Number 3, construction of services in New Cairo Informal Settlement, Phase 3. New Cairo Settlement, when we 4 years ago, there were services. But as a council, we have said, let's continue where others have left. By the time we leave office, let New Cairo not be an settlement or an informal settlement. Let's bring all the remaining services to New Cairo so that New Cairo can become a township. And as we have promised, today we are standing, we can say New Cairo is completely electrified. New Cairo is going to receive the remaining services. We are going to break ground for water and sewer to come to New Cairo. So all the plots in New Cairo is going to have water and sewer and electricity. Omage for that. Driven by our mission to improve living conditions in informal settlements, we are proud to report the successful servicing of 308 urban with full water and sewer infrastructure in New Cairo. Phase 3, valued at 12 million and awarded to Mawila Technical Services, CC, will extend these services to an additional 200 households. This is a clear reaffirmation that development must be inclusive and leave no one behind. Inclusivity spells harmony. Exclusivity spells conflict. That is what our late president have said. May his soul rest in peace. Number 4. We are still going. Number 4. Last but not least. Traffic lights on the B1 road. Before the traffic lights on the B1 road, Senoret, you are still to come back because we must also commission the street lights, Namib Mill street lights, New Cairo street lights and electrification, and also B1 street lights. There are also street lights on the B1 before the traffic lights have come. So we are also going to commission that. These are things that were not there, and they did not fall from heaven. Somebody have made it possible. So, in our efforts to enhance urban safety and improve traffic flow, we are proud to commission Otavi's first ever traffic lights, a seemingly small project, yet a powerful symbol of a town embracing modern urban development. We sincerely thank Senoret for generously funding the traffic and street lights along the P1 road. Mr. Madengu, take the message home. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Minister, while we are justifiably proud of the progress we celebrate today, we must also confront the persistent challenges that continue to impact the quality of life for our people. Our town is constrained by a lack of proper roads and stormwater infrastructures. When it rains, you will receive calls. And the first call will be from New Cairo, from, we all know who it is. Because of stormwater drainage system in Otavi is non-existent. And when it rains, our people are in serious trouble. As we know, the gravity of this town, the mountain is this side, and water flows down this side to where the masses are. Challenges that continue to impact the quality of life. Our town is constrained by lack of proper roads and stormwater infrastructures, inadequate equipment for day-to-day operations, and limited financial resources. We are grappling with environmental non-compliance issues. When people are hearing that the Attorney General's audit report Otavi did not, it's not only money that is been audited. They are looking at our landfill. They are looking at and we have limited financial resources to comply with the requirements that are set for us. We have a landfill, we have a dumping site that need to be decommissioned. We are grappling with environmental non-compliance issues, especially at our oxidation ponds where we are going to go, and landfill site, as well as high levels of youth unemployment and a significant municipal debt burden. Our people owe also a lot of money. Our people need to also start paying some of those monies so we can use it for bringing development. These realities demand continued innovation, resilience, and most importantly, partnership. We are doing our part through responsible leadership, strategic planning, and community engagement, but we cannot do it alone. Therefore, I make a humble yet urgent appeal to our line ministry, development partners, donors, and private sector stakeholders. Walk this journey with us so that we can make this Otavi dream to come to pass. Your support is not merely an investment in infrastructure, but a direct investment in the health, dignity, and future of the people of Otavi. In conclusion, I extend my deepest gratitude to all who made this project possible. Pitugol Namibia, we are grateful. Otavians are grateful. Our government, through the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development, Comrade Minister, we are grateful. The contractor and the engineers on the project, community members, your support, and the dedicated staff of Otavi Town Council, under the leadership of Master Wetipo Haulofu. Today is a shining example of what we can achieve when we work together, guided by a shared purpose and integrity. Let this ceremony remind us that infrastructure is not just about pipes, poles, and buildings. It is about dignity of our people, equity, and opportunity for every resident of Otavi. Once again, I warmly welcome you all to this town, progressive town of Otavi, and invite you to celebrate this proud moment with us. As we look to the future, let us remember that today's achievements are just the beginning. Together we are building towards something greater, the Otavi dream. A dream of a united, inclusive, a thriving town, of an asset-based, sustainable community, a place where every citizen can say with pride, my Otavi, my pride, my home. A town that everybody will be proud of, all of us will be proud of, and that others who come to visit will want to live in. Yes, we can. And I thank you. God bless you.
Those omakes are not enough. Are you jealous? The story of the dream will be shared at another platform. So when the mayor says the progressive town of Otavi, he forgot to say the progressive CEO of the progressive town. He always forgets. I keep telling him. I don't know how he forgot today. So I did not hear it. I've been listening and listening to hear. He said progressive 3 times, but not once did he say the progressive CEO of the progressive town. Yes. Nevertheless, I have comforted myself. I will say it. Yes. So we all heard the message of the mayor, the warm welcoming remarks of the mayor. I will not go into the details to dilute that message. It was clear for all. Yeah. So without further ado, I think the next item on our program is remarks from the country manager of B2 Gold Namibia, Mr. John Ross. Let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you, Mr. Progressive CEO. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Goeiemorgen. Hoe gaan dit vandag? Yeah, you can hear I'm Namibian, son of the soil, né? So Canadian gold mining company, but run by Namibians. That's what we want. I'm going to stand on the protocol that's already been established, but I want to give a special welcome to Honourable Minister James Sankwasa. It's really a privilege to have met you today, and we as B2 Gold look forward to continuing the partnership with your ministry, with the town of Otavi, the town of Otjozondjupa, in our future endeavours and our investments. So maybe to start off, what does B2 Gold Namibia, the Otjozondjupa mine, and the bigger group of companies across the globe believe in? We believe in leaving a legacy, making sure that when we operate in a country, when we operate in a region, we leave it in a better state than what we had found it. We also believe in making a sustainable difference, not handing out food parcels, not handing out T-shirts, but investing in projects that have a lasting impact, that last longer than the immediate, than today and tomorrow, where we need to keep our stomachs full. But being able to supply water to communities that don't have water, reducing operational costs for the town council. This is all the stuff that you're talking about for this specific project. In Namibia, we have a vast range of CSR, corporate social responsibility projects, which are similar to these all over the country, with cumulative spend of over 200 million Namibian dollars over the last 10 years throughout the country. But we realize that where we operate, and that is in the Otjozondjupa region, that is in the town of Otjozondjupa, the town of Otavi, that is where we need to make the biggest difference for the people that stay there, the people that work at the mine. We need to give back to these communities. So on our neighbors in Otjozondjupa, last year we did a groundbreaking for a clinic in Umbili. And I say groundbreaking because I'm going to get back to that point now. We broke ground in April, and in November we handed over that project. We are also busy with the construction of Umbili Primary School, where we already have more than 1,300 learners, grade 1 to grade 7, in the school. And back home in Otavi, we've really forged a very solid relationship with the Otavi Town Council. Our friends, we've been upgraded from stakeholders to friends, and we often see too much of it now, because last week we were also together with a SME development program launch. So we heavily invested to make a difference in Otavi, and that is the project that you see here today. So sometime last year, it was around a year ago, Ignatius, we met with Honourable Minister Erasmus Itoni, and we put this project on the table, this water infrastructure project. And what is great about that is the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development came on as partners on this project. We as B2 Gold do not like doing things alone. We want to do it in partnership with other people. So the partnership between the Otavi Town Council, B2Gold, and the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development is extremely important to us. Last week we had the inauguration or the celebration of the SME Be Your Own Boss campaign that we had in Otavi for the last 12 months. And there the Deputy Minister of Education pledged a one-to-one donation. So he said it on NBC, so hopefully I can also say it. He pledged that for each dollar that B2Gold Namibia invests in education, in approved programs that they drive, they will also invest $1. And that is really where I want to see this partnership of ours go, specifically for the towns of Otavi and Otjozondjupa. But as we're talking about Otavi today, I'm talking about phase 2 of this project, and possibly phase 3. And then we can start looking at streets and water management. But we don't want to do this alone. We want to be in partnership with the town council and with the ministry. Apologies. I wanted to touch quickly on groundbreaking. So, you know, a lot of times we celebrate these events where people take shovels and they put it in the ground, they take a picture, and then miraculously nothing happens for the next 10 years. We broke ground, it was a great celebration, but everyone forgotten about it. And that is what we should not be doing in Namibia. We must do what we say. That should be one of our values. If we say we're going to do something, then we should do it within the shortest amount of time, because these are the people that are being impacted by our promises. And that's back to one of the ethos or values of B2Gold is we keep our promises. When we say we're going to do something, it can take a bit longer than it should, but eventually we get there and we do it. So, speaking about the other projects on land development in Otavi, the projects that His Worship mentioned earlier, we must really put all of our energy into that to get those projects to fruition and hand over houses to people. And B2Gold is here. We are your partners. You just need to talk to us. So with phase 1 of this multi-phase water project now complete, I'm very excited to say that we will be partnering in the next phases with this project to complete the complete phase, or phased approach, if you want to call it that, in line with the master plan that was also developed through our 5 million Namibian dollar investment into this project. We look forward to our continued partnerships with the Otavi Town Council, the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development, and we look forward to working on all of our other initiatives around SME development, waste management in Otavi, and another number of other projects that we're very excited about in Otavi. So lastly, I want to thank the construction team, the civil engineers, Velomec. You did a great job. Quite often we see projects being kicked off and then they end up being significantly over budget and delivered way too late, and I don't think that was the case here. So well done to you. And then I also want to thank my CSR team, Ignatius and his team for their time and effort spent on this project, based in Otavi but traveling to, based in Otjozondjupa but traveling to Otavi frequently to check up on progress. This is only the first thing of many things to come for Otavi through this wonderful partnership we have. With that, I thank you all for your time and hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Long live B2Gold. When I'm a politician, this is how I'm going to be saying. Long live B2Gold. Long live B2Gold. This is only the beginning. Yeah? I have taken these notes. This is only the beginning. And we must do what we say. There is a saying, we do what we say. So we must do what we say. Thank you so much, Mr. Roos. Next item on our program. I want to say something quickly before I invite Honorable Xavier. When we are talking about the reducing of costs and the impact it will have on especially our informal settlements. Currently, our water is around $13.95, excluding VAT. It's around $16.03. So when this project is commissioned and water comes from this borehole, the plan is therefore to reduce the tariff. Yeah? To reduce the tariff at least by $1 or $1.50, of course, considering the inputs. That's the idea. So that the person in Kapenbo, the person in Harambe, the person in New Cairo and Samstan benefit from this facility. That's what we are talking about. Yeah, it's not just pipes, and it's not just. It's so that people, the per cubic, are able to have something in their pocket. With that, let me invite Honorable Xavier.
Okay. Yeah. A very good afternoon. Otavi is so hot that you wonder now, is it now lunchtime? And also, now when the mayor was talking, I nearly whispered to the minister and say, please bear with him, he's also a pastor. So, you know, when pastors talk, you must hear the word of God. But anyway, let me then stand by the already established protocol. But besides that, can I just have this program? Let me just acknowledge 2-3 names. Our keynote speaker, our minister, who represent our mother ministry, because local authority and regional council, we all fall under the minister and the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development. And then, normally they say, money talks. So with that, you cannot really say something without mentioning people that are then contributing to the well-being, because as political office bearers, our main focus, or why we said we want to be part of becoming politicians, is to develop the livelihood of our people, to an extent the towns and the living standard of our people. So with that, I would then want to also acknowledge Mr. John Roos, the country representative, and then I said, Otjozondjupa is big. It's not only Okahanja, it's not only Otavi and Chiwarongo. My brother. And I know I haven't seen an airstrip this side. I believe when you go somewhere, you pass Okahanja to go to the Hosea Kutako International Airport. So please, even if it is switch that you are giving us, we will seriously appreciate. Then our own mayor, my good brother, the representative of the other companies, then Sonoret to be specific, from our regional office, my brother who's standing in for acting CRO, the brother from the security cluster, and all the other role players. Also this, I also want to recognize all our local authority councillors, and my brother Garap, who's also not with us because of other commitments. I was then asked I received a call last night around 7, 8. Then you must now understand that as per the briefing of the minister, we are all receiving marching orders from different angles. So the Honorable Governor then was having two responsibilities. Then he said, young man, you young people claims to be flexible. Can you then run and stand in for me in Otavi? And I said, not with all humility, I will do that. So my task is then to introduce a very simple man. Maybe when he came here, you all thought that he would dress like some of us who want to impress. But he will come in all ways, different ways. The bottom line is that he's a very pragmatic person in nature. When I'm saying he's pragmatic, I'm referring he's very practical and very realistic in his approach, very focused person when it comes to his work, and he's always driven by achieving a certain goal. He's not somebody who really believes in theory. But who am I talking to? Or who am I talking about? I'm talking about a man who was born in Sikabuka district in Zambezi region some years ago. I will not reveal ages because there are two things that we normally not reveal. When it comes to women, there is a third one. They will never tell you also the size of their shoes. So, especially to us men is two. This great man is a holder of a master degree in business administration. He also obtained a master in arts, a degree in arts in health management, planning and policy. He had been a deputy minister from 2015 to 2020 under the government of the late president. May his soul continue to rest in peace, Comrade Hakeji Kengo, where he was a deputy minister of works and transport. Currently, he is serving from 2025 to 2030 as a full minister under the current leadership of our great, all of us calling the current president our mom. Because really, from what he has started, you can see that the mom is in charge. And in our briefing, he has really given us the marching order that there are 4 or 5 key issues. And the good thing, they also have timelines. This one must be done. Imagine we were all of us looking at the minister when he said, talking about 4 or 5 things, and he said, all of them should be done by June. Then we said, June next year? He said, no, this June. Otherwise, we are not moving. And then he mentioned a good word. I thought the mayor will also mention it. He said, there must be dust somewhere. So if there is dust, and then it will look like we are working. So I will then ask all of us just to help me to stand up and welcome our ministers to the podium to come and address us. Honorable Minister.
Let's be seated. Director of Proceedings, allow me, in the name of time management and the brevity, to stand by the protocol already established. Because if I go into finer details of individualism, I might omit people that might feel offended. So allow me to stand by that protocol established. I must state that I'm truly honored today to be in Otavi to deliver a speech I'm told is a keynote address. So meaning therefore I'm carrying the key.
Because if I'm told to come and make a key address, I must be carrying the key. And that key is intended to address what? To unlock what? To unlock what is called urban and rural development. What is urban and what is rural on development? That's a very fundamental question which I asked myself on my appointment as a minister for this ministry. What is urban and what is rural on development? Both these areas require similar or the same development approach. Those in rural areas require water. In rural areas, they require electricity. In rural areas, they require land and sanitation. And those in urban areas equally require the same things. Now, the question is, between the two arms, which one should carry the other one for it to be successful? That calls into the question of, if we look at the last census of Namibia, that was taken in 2023, Namibia's population grew up to 3 million. And out of the 3 million, 65.5% is in urban areas, leaving only 26.3% for rural areas. What does that translate to? It translates to a high rate of urbanization. That land in the urban areas becomes increasingly smaller, and the land in the rural area remains expanding. How do we deal, therefore, with the balance between the two? We can only balance that if we strengthen rural area development. Because as I was coming in Otavi here, I saw there are supermarkets here where people were coming out with milk, with chicken, with maize meal and whatever from the supermarket. Then as I was getting into the Honorable Mayor's car, I looked to see whether there was a garden. I did not see one. I looked for the kettle that produced that milk in that shop. I did not see any. I asked myself why. It's because why I'm emphasizing rural development is because rural areas are the ones that have to develop urban areas. Rural areas are the ones that must feed the urban areas. So if we neglect rural areas, we shall not be able to handle and manage our issues in urban areas. And therefore, this development, what did we come to say this area or this local authority is developed? We look at the streets. Do we have streets? What is the condition of the road infrastructure within that urban area? We look at our people. Do they have houses in that urban area? What is their living condition and living standard? Where they are. Is there enough sanitation? Is there enough water to drink? So when we have an infrastructure like this one we are receiving today, from the friendly arm of B2 Gold, given and donated to the town of Otavi, we can only say amen, because there was a pastor here. In the sense that where there is shortage of water supply, people suffer. Where there is no electricity, people suffer. So therefore, the marching orders are here. One, there has to be proper sanitation, proper land servicing, proper electricity supply. And in that line, I'm informed, and I'm so glad that it was stated to me that Otavi has enough serviced land. What is missing, therefore, is the house on that land, is the shop on that land. That pleased my soul. Because we have an elephant in the room. It is clear, and everybody saw this during the State of the Nation address by Her Excellency, Dr. Netumbo, that in this year, between now, April, and March 2026, Namibia, or this ministry, has to build 10,000 houses. So 1 month from the 12 months is already gone. We are now starting on the 11th month. 1 month from the 12 months is finished. April is gone. Now, in these remaining months, we have to build 10,000 houses. In the 5 years that the electorate has given the SWAPO party to lead the government, we have to build 50,000 houses, because it's 10,000 per year. Now the question is, how do we eat this elephant and make sure that we finish it? One, we have to take it piece by piece until we finish it. So therefore, each municipality will have a share. Each partner will have a share. Will have a piece from this elephant. But let me also take a precautionary approach, that land will be made available to all desiring investors who wants to invest in housing. Land is available. And where it's not available, we shall make it available. Where land is available but is not serviced, we are going to service it, which is the urgency it requires. Now, we need electricity in these areas. So therefore, we call on the partner who supplies electricity to be very close and to participate. But the trend is that the targeted people are not benefiting from these initiatives by government. All or most investors in housing projects, they build for the middle and upper class of residents. They want to build for directors, for teachers, for clerks, whatever. They forget that for a teacher to go and teach in that classroom, there is a cleaner. For a director to go to the office dressed in a suit says we are here, it's because somebody became dirty who cleaned that office. So the target in these 10,000 houses, for me to be happy, will be if we can make 8,000 houses for the ultra and lower class, then we have achieved something. So investors that will be given land to build houses must not get land at 200,000 or 100,000 from the municipality and go and sell the same house for 800,000 out of the reach of the Namibian people. The majority will not be able to afford, and we are going to monitor that. That must be very clear from my desk to any investor in the housing industry. Because houses are being put at a price that is not reachable for the lower people. Therefore, they remain unhoused, despite the availability of land. So we shall monitor the pricing of the houses in this country, because we want to encourage each and every person to have a house, a decent living, a decent accommodation. And that also calls into the question of formalization of informal settlements. I visited some countries in Africa where there is no informal settlement. Everyone who stays in the urban area has got accommodation. So we are targeting that all our citizens must be housed properly. The other question and the other consideration that must be done, the size of the plot. During the apartheid era, the system built townships, not towns, townships. Their part was called town, our part was called township. What is the difference? The sizes of the plots that were built for the black location was not the same plot that was built for the white location. And I'm pleading with all the current municipalities to remove that mentality of thinking that a cleaner will never be a director one day. So when we build for these lower classes, they are permanently going to be laborers, they are permanently going to be selling cakes and bread. No. We must build, allocate the size of plot that we know. If this person decides to say, I was a cleaner when I got this house, I was a laborer when I got this house, now I have got a job as a clerk. Now I can extend my plot. There must be a space for a car, a garage. Not say this person will never buy a car in his or her life. Because that was the mentality of the colonial time. Where a person decides to say, in the whole house that I have, my family has expanded. There should be space for expansion of the house. That's why I'm emphasizing on the size of the plots that must be provided or demarcated by the municipalities. We should not jam-pack our people like sardines. So, Comrade Director, when we are busy with such things, we have a challenge that we must appreciate. In certain places where I've seen, infrastructures like these ones are constructed. We are going to have traffic lights. We will have our sewage system running. But our own citizens will damage the infrastructure. We don't appreciate what is being done. We damage it. We throw stones in the pipes. In the manholes, we put stones, we put pieces of wood. The whole system becomes blocked. Yeah, the SWAPO government is failing. It's not the SWAPO government, it's you and me who are failing. Because this infrastructure is being constructed and developed for you to use, not to damage. We should start having a culture of maintenance, maintaining what we have. And we see this even in love relationship, isn't it? If a woman is brought into the house and is never maintained, she goes. Hello? So maintenance is paramount in everything you do. Because if you don't maintain what you have, it disintegrates. So let's look after the infrastructure properly so that it is able to serve its purpose and save us. Save this generation, save the generation to come. Therefore, maintenance is important. And when we talk about maintenance and taking care of our properties and infrastructure, we should not look at the CEO to come and tell you, don't do that. All of us must become CEOs. All of us must become mayors. When you see the next child doing that, say, hey, stop that. You are damaging. If you do that, you will get more and more investors in Otavi. And we should not forget that Otavi is or Otjozondjupa is the home to the food security of this country, because it produces more maize than any other region. Therefore, in this connection, on this regard, I wish to extend my sincere appreciation to B2 Gold. Even if they do not give us gold today. But they showed us to say the gold we are getting from there is a result of that one. So even if they gave us each one a piece of gold, we're going to struggle, because first of all, we don't even know the value. So we're going to struggle where to sell it and where to buy it. But when they convert into an infrastructure like this, B2 Gold, all applause to you. Today, in addition to hand over of this phase 1 water infrastructure, we are proud to inaugurate a number of other initiatives. One being water infrastructure phase 2, which comprises of construction of water treatment plant and a groundwater reservoir that will be funded by B2 Gold. We are going for water treatment plant. What is that? Where we have to look into not only treating clean water, but to deal with the used water and make it reusable. Because we know that this country is prone to drought. It's only this year and this last season that we received more rain than we prayed for. The only problem we have, all churches prayed for rain. All citizens prayed for rain, but we forgot to say amen. And the rain continued, became a problem. It became a problem. Now instead of the rain, we said, no, we are drowning, please. Now it's a flood, we no more need the rain. We forgot to say amen. So, we will have a water reservoir. The construction of basic services like sewer for New Cairo, informal settlement. And when I heard about Cairo, it got me thinking, why Cairo? In that place where the informal settlement is there no spirit of our ancestors who lived there? Can we not find the name of the elder people who lived there and identify it with that? Why Cairo? Because to me this is foreign. We neglect our own ancestors, we praise other people's ancestors. Can we go, Comrade Mayor, and identify in that area who were the elderly people who lived there, who might have died some 30, 50 years ago, and identify a name so that this place becomes named after them? I'm appealing. And that phase is funded by the ministry that I'm heading. I wish to wish you that this administration is continuing to prioritize aspects that I've mentioned. The construction of 30 decentralized built together program houses. So if we are now going to deal with 30 houses, as it is, so 30 houses from 10,000 houses, we are already moving. And the Otavi, thank you for showing that we're already on the road. We have heard of traffic lights. That Otavi is getting its first ever traffic lights. Yes. Under this administration. Now, when I heard about this, I said to myself, lights are needed when there is darkness or where people are blind. You need light. how are we going to utilize the light that we are getting? That shows that these lights must light our way as we move. Because when you are moving at night, you need the light. So let these lights be replicated in all informal settlements. Especially informal settlements are always dark. Let us ensure that there is electrification in informal settlements. Priority number one. The mothers, the fathers, whoever are in the informal settlements, the school-going children who are in the informal settlement must be able to start at night like that one in town. Therefore, we'll be saying we have a balanced approach in leadership. When a person who is staying in the main town is able to buy groceries or whatever, that requires refrigeration. So it must be done also in informal settlements. So our priority is formalization of all informal settlements. Have to be formal. By the provision of this sanitation that I talked about, the provision of water, the provision of electricity, the provision of proper streets, and the properly demarcated plots. That's how we formalize informal settlements. We are trying to do away with whatever is informal. Let us all be formal. We know for a fact that all dreams are for free. Right? Dreams are for free. We all have dreams. But if you don't crystallize your dream, you never get results from your dream. And those that were teaching me English, they told me dream is an abbreviation. Yes. The D is for your destination and your desire to get to the destination. Where are you going? Where is Otavi going? Do you have a determination to get there, to your destination? The R is for results based on your responsibility. How are you responding? I see there is vision there is mission. I don't know whether my sisters, my brothers, whatever, you understand the meaning of that. A vision is your mental picture of what you want to be in life. A mission is your purpose, why you are going to achieve it. Where are you going? Vision. And the book of Proverbs 29 talks about where there is no vision, people perish. Pastor, the book of Proverbs. Where there is no vision, people perish. So Namibians must have a vision for us not to perish. Otavi citizens must have a vision to avoid what is negative. Let's have a vision of what we want Otavi to be. And what Otavi is going to be is what you as a resident wants to be. What do you as an individual resident in Otavi want to be? How are you responding to the challenges that is around you that is affecting the town and yourself? Responsibility. And the results must be beneficial to you. The A in that dream is the attitude. What is your attitude? Attitude is everything about you. Those that have got a high regard for themselves, they become very proud. It's an attitude. They think they are far better than anybody else. Those that have lost identity, they become careless, they do anything. It's an attitude. The E in that word dream is your expectation. What do you expect? As a resident of Otavi, when you are told to go and vote, what is your expectation? Why do you vote for this councillor? Why do you vote for this party? Many people are trying to say there is nothing that has happened between 1990 and now. Nothing has happened. For some of us who read the Bible, we are not surprised because even Thomas doubted whether that was Jesus. He said, I will see him, but I need to touch. So as per the Maswapo manifesto, we are giving you both to touch and to see. Then you can touch it if you are doubting about development. The M is for movement in the word dream. If you keep dreaming and standing at the same place without moving, you'll never go anywhere in life. Because if you are standing at the same place, it means you have already arrived. You have no other destination. You are going nowhere. So if you have a destination in your dream, you have determination in your dream, then it creates movement for you to go towards your destination. So, Comrade Mayor, esteemed councillors, we have players that we need to engage. Sheikh Daras Federation, build together programs, mass housing development. There have been mass housing program in this country. And the clear directive that I gave from my office is that by 31 May, this month, we're starting tomorrow. I don't want to hear a story about a house that was done under Mouse House, which is not occupied. It must be done. We end up with a lot of delays through legal challenges, legal issues, because we don't handle our processes properly. And one of the things that we have seen is this elephant that has become a danger to our development, called the Procurement Act. And we see that where we have bigger trees, we don't use a grader, isn't it? We use a bulldozer. So we shall find the right machine to remove this elephant. I wish therefore to use this opportunity to outline some, but not limited to the other initiatives that the government through the custodian of the Ministry of Urban is undertaking in order to further boost our capacity to deliver on our housing and the land delivery mandate. These are one, implementation of the national housing policy that was developed in 2023. There is a housing policy. The National Housing Information System, collaboration with Namibia Statistics Agency. What is happening is that, how are we advertising the availability of our land? How does a person who is in Katima know that there is a land available in Otavi? If I want to go and buy a plot in Otavi, how does the person know? How does the person in Karas know that there is land available in Otavi? Let's look at our information on housing system. How are we delivering it across the country, our citizens? There are some local authorities that have prioritized foreigners at the expense of local Namibians. It's easy for a foreigner to buy land, difficult for a Namibian to buy land in the same locality. And that has to stop. First priority is for the voter. Not a non-voting person, but is getting a pass. Because our votes are not for sale. We should give a priority to those that voted. That should be our priority. Not to prioritize foreigners because they have more money. And we say they have more money because they have tripled the price of the houses and the land. That's how our local people cannot afford. So they have no money, deal with the foreigners. It's not easy for any black person to get land in China, if not near impossible. You can't buy land in China. You can't buy land in Ethiopia. Yet it's in Africa. They will tell you, you rent from the local people. They provide land to the local people. If you want to have a property, you want accommodation, rent from the local people. Why is Namibia like for sale? Why? Why do we do what we do? Is it because we are poor and rushing for cash? I doubt it. Let's have the resilience, the bravery that we demonstrated during apartheid. We resisted apartheid to be free. That's the purpose. Let's stop being experiments as black people. Time has come and is now. Look at the number of political parties we have in this country. Very soon we shall reach 30 or 40 political parties. But to go to Europe, to go to Britain where I was studying, my great-grandfather lived and left Britain with only 2 political parties. There are still only 3 political parties until now. Look at America. How many political parties are there? Only 2. All these years, the same people that maintain 2 political parties, they come here and they sponsor everyone to be a political party, a president. Why don't we critically look at this? Why? Time has come for us to re-examine that if we follow the philosophy of one author in one British book that I read, it's easy to kill a black person because you use his or her own people. Very easy. And they go further and say, if you want to hide something from the black person, put it in the book. Because black people don't read. So time has come for us to sit as Namibians and say, critically, what do we want? Honorable councillors, politicians like me, we promised development in 2020. We are going for 2025 now, regional and local authority elections. What are we promising the people? Have we delivered on the promises for us to continue with the new province? Certain municipalities and regional councils, or even parliament, I've seen, people go there before the magistrate. We at the government level, executive level, will go before the Chief Justice and take an oath. I hereby swear that I'll be faithful to the Republic of Namibia, that I will protect and defend the integrity of Namibia, I will uphold the laws of the Republic of Namibia, so help me God. The best of my ability, isn't it? That's what we do as politicians. The question is, when we are in offices, when we come to the offices, do we do that? Do we still remain with that declaration? No. Because most of the municipalities or regional councils become dysfunctional because we don't leave our political jackets at the door when you enter the council office. You want to be inside the council as IPC, as DTA, whatever you call it. That you are not a party functionary in that council. You are a councillor for all the citizens. You are a councillor. Don't come there with your jacket of SWAPO, your jacket of IPC, of jacket of whatever political party. Whatever the SWAPO councillor is going to propose, I'll disrupt. Because I don't belong to that party. A very wrong approach, my fellow citizens. A very, very wrong approach. You come in the council, you come in there as a member of the council, and that's why you are paid. Whatever amount you are paid. Because you are there inside, you are rendering government work and the government service, not the party service. If you want to go render party service, you go back to your headquarters, your political party headquarters, but not in the council. In the council, we want a team. Hello? Yes. Team is also an abbreviation. Team. The T stands for together. Everyone achieves more. But when you're not a team, we achieve nothing. And don't think, if you come in that political position and you want to sabotage whatever the ruling party is doing, don't think, no, at the campaign we're going to tell them, SWAPO has failed. You also was part of that, you failed. Because you were there. So let's stop lying to ourselves and be honest with each other. If a particular village council, town council, whatever, have failed to deliver service, whichever party was part of that has failed. There's no way you can excuse yourself. So, colleagues, I've said what I can say. I therefore officially launch the construction of phase 1 of the water infrastructure project and phase 2 of the water project, which comprises of water treatment and ground water reservoir, basic services in the new Cairo, which must be replaced. Find a local name. 30 decentralized built together houses, which is also funded by the ministry, and the commissioning of the traffic lights on B1, B8, and C39 intersection, which will enhance our road safety and improve our traffic management. I thank you all for listening. Thank you very much.
Make again. Thank you, Honorable Minister. I must say, I'm happy to report that we have a dream team in Otavi. So far, we have a dream team. Yes. And I think slowly we have started to chew the elephant. Yeah? Even though 30 seems insignificant, it is a start. I think we are at the forefront. And I'm sure we will chop this elephant. I think we'll take the leg of the elephant, not the tusk, the hind leg. Not the tusk you don't eat. We're told to chop it slowly. So the 30, we have commenced. Also, we have commenced with the formalization of our informal settlements. I'm happy also to report that. In conjunction with the one with the Namibia Housing Action Group, the Sheikh Dwellers Federation of Namibia. Yeah. The build together is what we are going to be constructing. I think we are on the right track. Omake again for Otavi Town Council. I want to give the vote of thanks, but I will not see politicians. I will be a politician in my next life. not today, in my next life. But before I give the Honorable Councillor Patricia Negumbo the opportunity for the vote of thanks, I think we will get 2 items. 1 item. What's the time? 1 item from the school choir. Are you guys ready? That means yes. Oh, okay. Okay. One item. want to say another one. Yes, it was so nice. I want to say another item. But don't go, we will have another one. Okay? Just a slight change on the program. We are going to do the vote of thanks now. Then we will do the official handover. Then from there we do the site tours. So, Honorable Negumbo, the marching orders were given. I don't know whether your vote of thanks is talking to to New Cairo. Maybe you must be called Howlo for Extension 1.
Thank you very much, Director of Proceeding. Honorable James Sankwasa, the Minister of Urban and Rural Development. Honorable John Kamosep, the Governor of MICT Otjozondjupa, represented by Honorable Betuel Shaveonja of Okahanja Municipality, Okahanja Constituency Councillor, Honorable George Garab of Otavi Constituency, Her Worship Freedom Vula, the Deputy Mayor of Otavi Town Council, Honorable Alicia Neumbo, myself, the Chairperson of Otavi Town Council, Honorable Member of Management Committee of Otavi Town Council, fellow members of Council, fellow Counter Leader of Economic Triangle, Her Worship Talita Kalisis, the Mayor of Grootfontein Municipality, His Worship Matthew Angula, the Mayor of Chumeb Municipality, Comrade Malta Shipanga, the Swapo Party District Coordinator, Dr. Wilhelmina Shivute, the Executive Director of my Ministry of Urban and Rural Development and your delegation, Master Shikongo Arwendo, the Acting Regional Office for Otjozondjupa Regional Council, represented by Master Abraham Adriano, the Deputy Director of Planning, Master Johnny Rose, the Country Manager of B2 Gold Ochkoto, Namibia, and your delegation, Master Odibo Aulofu, the Chief Executive Officer for Otavi Town Council and your team, Colonel Shimi, the Commander of Engineering Regime, Chief Inspector Njabi, the Station Commander of Otavi Police Station, the Consulting Engineer, Master Meleku Astralike of Omkumo Consulting Engineering CC, the Contractor, Master Timo Hatikulipi of Romake CC Civics, other men and women in uniform, the Decentralized Building Together Committee, and beneficially, esteemed guests, member of the community, the media, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you. It's both an honor and privilege to stand before you today on behalf of Otavi Town Council and the entire Management Committee to express our heartfelt gratitude at the conclusion of this monument occasion. The official handover and commissioning ceremony of several key infrastructure projects in our town. First and foremost, we wish to extend our sincere appreciation to the Honorable Minister of Urban and Rural Development and your delegation for your unwavering support and presence here today. Your commitment to uplifting our communities continue to inspire confidence, and hope in our hearts of our residents. To our valued developmental partners, B2 Gold, Senoret, and all other stakeholders, thank you for working this journey with us. Your investment and collaborative spirit have been instrumental in making today's achievement possible. You have not just invested in projects, but you invest in people of Otavi. To the implementing contractors and consulting engineers, Volmake CC Civics, Omkumo Consulting Engineering, your professionalism and the dedication are clearly visible in the quality of your completed. We thank you for your delivering on time and to higher standard. To our residents and beneficiaries, we thank you for your patience, engagement, and throughout this process. We urge you to take ownership of new development, to protect them, and to use them responsibly because they are yours. Vandalism threatens the very progress we celebrate today. Every broken pipe, damaged street light, or stolen fixture set us back and steal opportunity from our children. Let us develop a sense of ownership and pride in our public asset. Together, let us foster a culture of responsibility and care. Director of Ceremony, Protocol Team, Event Organizer, Media, Council staff, thank you for ensuring the smooth running of today's event. Your tireless work behind the scene is deeply appreciated. Last, but certainly not least, I wish to commend the leadership of our mayor and the vision he continued to champion, the Otavi dream. My Otavi, my pride. Might this dream live in all of us and make it continue to guide us towards a better, more prosperous future for every resident of Otavi. Let us carry this spirit of partnership forward. Today is a proof that with unity, we can achieve great things. I thank you.
Thank you very much, MC Chair. Which brings me now to the official closure of our formal program. Before I let you all go, I want to make a few announcements. We will sing, of course, the anthems. We will tour the sites, the table, select the councillors, the engineers, the regional council. We will go. It's just here and here. As we can go after, we are from here, isn't it? You will see there are bags there in the corner. Those are the bricks for the houses. They are here for the first house. The truck will deliver the second house bricks later today. After we tour inside here, we will go to the site where we will be constructing the houses. Again, just this thing. Because of the convoy and the traffic, our streets are narrow. Because we are told to create bigger plots. So that's why we have narrower. We have narrower streets. The plots are bigger. the streets are narrower. Yes, they are designed as per the standard. I think they are 12 meters wide. Yeah, so we'll go there. I will go to Haulofo Extension 1. No, I don't have the power to name an extension or a township. Yeah, it's the responsibility of the council. But I have that power to make a recommendation. It's already one, Haulofo Extension. Yeah, and then we will come back. When we come back, the little that has been prepared, I'm sure, will also be here by then. Yeah? By the time we go, we can all tour now the site. Tate Joseph and Erica, they will be here to show you how it operates. But you are not going to be operating it. We were told what? Ownership, maintenance. Even in your house, if your wife is not maintained, she will go. End quote. It's not me. It's not me. It's a new quotation I have learned today. New quote I have learned today. Yes. So with that, let me thank myself for directing this program efficiently and effectively. The MC did not thank me. So I thank you, Mr. Haulofo, for that. So, the progressive CEO of Otavi. So let us all rise for the singing of the AU and national anthem. Thank you very much for your patience. I think we are right on time with our program.
Let us all unite and celebrate together the victories won for our liberation. Let us dedicate ourselves to rise together to defend our liberty and unity. All sons and daughters of Africa, flesh of the sun and flesh of the sky, let us make Africa the tree of life. Namibia, land of the brave freedom fight, we have won. Glory to their bravery, whose blood waters our freedom. We give our love and loyalty, together in unity. Contrasting beautiful Namibia, Namibia, our country, beloved land of savannas, hold high the banner of liberty. Namibia, our country, Namibia, motherland, we love thee.
Thank you very much. I was just sent a text now by the contractor that he has souvenirs for the high table. Yes. No, it's hats. Let's go. We are there. No, we are going out. There's a stay here. 10 guys. Mm.